This Headless Professor video is in response to the first Clinton-Trump debate. This is not a defense of Donald Trump. Rather, it is more of a little fact check, reason check, and morality check about some of the arguments used about Donald Trump, not by Donald Trump, but about him. It actually started last May when Senator Elizabeth Warren said Trump was drooling over a housing meltdown. What kind of man does that? This argument was picked up last night by Hillary Clinton in the debate, and many people think it was her best point, that she really connected with the American people on this one. She said, Donald was one of the people who rooted for the housing crisis. He said back in 2006, gee, I hope it does collapse because then I can go in and buy some and make some money. Well, it did collapse. Trump then interrupted her and said that's called business, by the way. But Hillary continued. 9 million people lost their jobs, 5 million people lost their homes, and 13 trillion in family wealth was wiped out. I'm not going to challenge those facts. I am going to say that maybe the Democrats, including Vice President Biden, have the reasoning wrong and have the moral implications wrong. Here's the question. Did Trump act immorally, purchasing houses during the decline? There was a big decline, and afterwards you could purchase more houses, or you could buy a house and pay a lot less. This is what Senator Warren criticized, but it turns out she's done something similar herself in real estate investment. Is it wrong for Donald Trump or anyone else to buy low and sell high? You can make money this way. It is a formula used by all business people. It's not the best strategy. Usually you have to buy low and then hold and sell high. An even better strategy is to buy low, create some value and make it a better product, and then sell it for a higher price. Like if you were to buy an old junky automobile and then fully restore it, it would be worth a lot of money. And that's what Trump does with his real estate. Now there's a different kind of investing, commodities investing, where you simply buy a product and hold it for a short period of time and don't improve it at all. And those kinds of controversial investments have been made by Hillary Clinton, including cattle futures. So Trump was not immoral to buy low, improve the properties, and then sell them. But let's ask a more important question. Did Donald Trump cause the housing decline that caused so much suffering? Well, that would be the logical fallacy of magical thinking. Wishes do not become reality without actions. So if Trump is innocent, then who really caused the housing decline? Well, it was the banks making risky investments with the mortgages and in the mortgages. Well, there ought to be a law against that. And there was a law against that. So whose actions led to the housing bust? The Glass-Steagall Act, way back in 1933, prevented banks from engaging in risky investments. Two Democratic senators, Glass and Steagall, put this act together, and it was signed by Franklin Roosevelt. And between 1933 and the end of the century, banks were prohibited from making those kinds of risky investments, and housing prices were stable or grew in value. But then, in 1999, Glass-Steagall was repealed. Now, maybe you don't remember that, because in 1999 we were sort of distracted by other things. But then, when the housing crisis occurred and 9 million people lost their jobs and 5 million people lost their homes and $13 trillion in family wealth was wiped out, maybe Congress could have done something and bailed out those people and prevented the loss of the homes. But members of Congress were busy bailing out the banks. And who was in Congress as a senator from New York in 2008? It wasn't Donald Trump. It was Hillary.